in for Greg on this special edition of Gutfeld. So, with Christmas just around the corner, everyone's rushing to get their Christmas list to Santa. Well, we luckily have been able to intercept a few of those letters on their way to the North Pole. We have some of these here to read to you tonight. President Biden wants the number to Hunter's offshore bank accounts. Hunter Biden wants the numbers to his dad's offshore bank accounts. Kamala Harris just wants Oprah to take her calls again. Alvin Bragg wants a clue. Joe and Mika want a show people actually watch. Steve Doocy wants extended vacation for certain unnamed coworkers. Brian Kilmeade wants to sleep until 8 a.m. Jesse Waters wants a more believable hairpiece.
Wow.
Bill Clinton wants a night free from Hillary. Hillary Clinton wants a night free from Bill. And Greg Gutfeld wants a new cradle and something for his baby daughter, too. And now some non-Christmas jokes. President Biden has commuted roughly 1,500 sentences and pardoned 39 people in the biggest single-day act of clemency. He even pardoned one woman for running the world's worst presidential campaign. In New York City last night, a rush hour power outage left 3,500 subway riders stranded for hours. Thankfully, though, passengers were able to pass the time the same way they always do, by rubbing up against each other. A truck fire covered a California highway in melted chocolate. Cleanup crews immediately called in 2 trucks of graham crackers, 4 tons of marshmallows, and Brian Stelter. LeBron James says he's taking a break from basketball for personal reasons. He'll be spending time with his family and flopping on the ground the moment they touch him. Scientists now say that the Earth's oceans help cool global temperatures much more than previously thought. This must be why Al Gore turned himself into a whale. Tesla owners are now buying anti-Elon Musk bumper stickers to signal their virtue. We'll just wait until they find out about Henry Ford. A man in Massachusetts became stuck in a chimney while trying to evade cops that were conducting a drug raid. Experts say they wouldn't even be news if everyone celebrated Kwanzaa. 83-year-old Bernie Sanders assumes this will be his last term. He doesn't want to die in office like his idol, Joseph Stalin. CNN has lost in the ratings to HGTV, proving people would rather watch grass grow than Anderson Cooper. There we go. All right, so the big news this week, there's the pitter-patter of little feet around the Gutfeld home, and this time not from Greg or Gus. And this happened, too. Time magazine announced its Person of the Year, and to the surprise of no one... There we go. All right. They were not employed by CNN. It was none other than President-elect Donald J. Trump, as you hear from the applause. So it's the second time he's had the honor, with the first coming after his presidential win in 2016. That was also the same week Hillary Clinton canceled her subscription and smashed her server with a hammer. The editorial board mentioned Trump's historic comeback, his impact on global politics, and how he increased his votes from blacks, Latinos, and people named Biden. The difference, in 2016, the cover called him President of the Divided States of America. This year, it's simply his name, even though there was plenty of room for cry harder losers. When Democrats win, it's a mandate. It's Camelot. It's a sign that better angels prevailed. Or as Barack Obama modestly put it, we are the ones we've been waiting for. Yet when Republicans win, America's divided. It's controversial. It's bitterly contested. You hear a lot of, not my president, and it's time to put politics aside. Well, as much as you know me, I try to be gracious. I have bad news for those whiners. There is no your president. There's only the president. And once again, his name is Donald Trump. With the Electoral College popular vote, House and Senate, the American people seem to like his politics just fine. Yet the media and Democrats are shrieking that now, more than ever, we need to give in to their demands lest we sacrifice democracy itself. Raising the question, why are conservatives always expected to make concessions when they win? Victorious Democrats get to spike the ball, or at least toss it as hard as their spindly little wrists will allow. Even Merriam-Webster is in on the act, declaring polarization the word of the year. Now, that's the famous publisher of dictionaries, thesauruses, and other books that no one buys anymore. And I'm not even sure if thesauruses is a word anymore. They define polarization as division into two sharply distinct opposites, especially a state in which the opinions, beliefs, or interests of a group or society no longer range along a continuum, but become concentrated at exposing extremes. It's a fun word, and it's also a choice. No one makes you be polarized. And just as no one forces you to make a TikTok freaking out about how Trump's going to put you in a detention camp, because the fact is we're becoming less polarized. As a Harvard law professor points out in a Washington Post column this week, one of the unnoticed themes of the recent election was depolarization. The electoral chasms between groups of voters shrank compared with 4 years earlier. So here are some other words you should work into your vocabulary: accountability, responsibility, perseverance, winning, and leg day.
Winning.
The words Republicans are expected to take on as the campaigns of 2024 turn into the victories of 2025 and beyond. The only divisions are between people who want America to live up to its potential and those who want to drag themselves and everyone else down. If you need another word of the year, here's a proven winner said by a man right after a would-be assassin's bullet tore through his ear. Fight, fight, fight. Who knows, if you fight hard enough, the next person of the year could be you. All right, let's welcome tonight's guest. This Dye is less popular these days than red number 40, comedian Jeff Dye.
Why am I not popular?
His last name is also his specialty, chef, restaurant owner, and author of the new book, Andrew Gruel's Family Cookbook, Andrew Gruel. Soon there'll be a tiny screaming baby that's not the one she works for. New York Times bestselling author and Fox News contributor Kat Tim. And he's on Santa's giant list and kind of wants to kill me right now. New York Times bestselling author, comedian, and former NWA world champion is Tyrus. I'm glad that I'm not within punching distance. We have a little thing about leg day.
No, you have a thing. And I have never skipped a leg day. That is blasphemy.
It just looks like it. We'll get to that later. I mean, not really. I don't know. Okay.
What are you doing, Kat? Stop it. You're making it worse.
I do that.
She thinks it's true. Okay, Jeff, have you contributed to the polarization of the country, or are you?
Well, I don't know. In the opening, you said I'm not popular. Why did you say that about me? That was mean.
They told me to say
Okay,
that. Tyrus wrote that.
I'm more popular than ever.
You know, red dye number 40 is going to get eliminated.
I'm more popular than that red dye.
You're more popular. Okay, let's revise. You are more popular. How do you feel about polarization?
I don't feel like anything's polarized. I think that's just a word they keep saying and using. But I was very excited that Trump got Person of the Year, right? I'm almost a little exhausted of all this winning. Is this what it felt like to be a Patriots fan in the 2000s? You know, just win after win after win. Also exciting news, I heard that Hunter Biden is replacing Goofus from Goofus and Gallant in Highlights magazine. I don't know if you guys heard about that.
I
Also
love
true.
that magazine.
Too old of a reference? Perfect.
I love that magazine. And you could circle which one doesn't belong and all that.
Yeah,
Nice
you get
magazine.
it.
I know exactly.
My mom and dad are going to love that joke.
Right?
Exactly. Andrew, do you think our love of food can help bring us back together? I mean, that's one of the reasons people go into the business.
That's true. And food is the great unifier. I always say that. But I don't think we're as polarized as everybody wants to believe, right? I mean, yeah, there's always going to be differences, especially on a granular level when it comes to policy, et cetera. But look at all the things we agree upon, right? You've got people hate pineapple pizza. People hate tip screens when you're ordering takeout. I mean, I was at the DMV the other day, and they actually turned a tip screen out when I filled out my registration paperwork.
How much you tip?
25%.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, it was like I was all self-conscious.
You don't want to be that guy.
And candy corn, everybody hates candy corn.
I like it.
You do?
I love
Oh,
pineapple
God.
on
Sorry.
pizza.
I was just going to say
Oh,
that
God.
one, too.
Yeah.
House of
We're
cards.
divided.
I'm the red dye
like
40.
pineapple.
I'm the red dye. But the idea that we're all divided, that makes money, right? Just look at X or formerly Twitter. Now everybody's posting how much money they make on X because of the engagement, and they're actually paying pretty well. If the way people make money is by starting arguments, right? That makes money. I posted the other day that pickles are horrible in macaroni salad. I had like 70,000 comments. I made $92,000 on that post from people saying that my brain is a hard-boiled egg.
No, he's not serious.
I thought he was serious. I was like, is that how people are making money now?
They're making a lot of money.
Because I've been here since 6:30 in the morning, so I don't know. Maybe that sounds good. Kat, do you think that Time Magazine tied themselves in knots thinking about who was going to be Person of the Year?
It had to be. It had to be Trump. I mean, I know it was him in 2016, but it had to be. Because, I mean, what a crazy political comeback. And then all the things that happened this year, like the assassination attempts, you know, the fact that he actually was shot, and then the fight, and then, you know, the fact that he won, and he won the popular vote also. And it's just been different this time, with people actually sitting down and having conversations with him. And I don't think they had a choice. I think that if they went with literally anyone else, then that would have been ridiculous.
It would have been ridiculous. Good picture, too.
Yeah.
That should have been the word of the year, literally.
Literally.
I hear it a lot.
Literally, or
Yeah.
That's a good one. Tyrus, who do you blame for a division in the country, aside from me, I'm assuming?
No one believes you that I skip leg days. I mean, it's your best guess. You can't even see past my kneecaps. So, there is no division, because if there was, there wouldn't be 17 people watching Anderson Cooper. They would have a legions of people watching where the disinformation and where the anger is coming from. More people are watching forensic file episodes from the past than watching the left news, which means everyone gets to see Trey Gowdy at least 5 or 6 times.
Oh, yeah.
You ever notice that Trey Gowdy's on every forensic file episode? Like, he's either a master serial killer or just the greatest DA of all time. But it just goes to the point where when the media, it used to work. Legacy media used to be able to do it, and people would have droves, but they're not there anymore. They're losing jobs, they're getting laid off, because there was this presidency, this campaign brought America together. It did. They always talked about, you know, breaking the glass ceiling. Well, what he did was he broke the group box, because it wasn't one group that got him past the line, although apparently everyone wants to blame black men, but we weren't alone doing it. It was everybody across the board, every walk of life said, we don't like the way our country is going, and we came together. So polarization, I don't quite think that word has any strength anymore for them. They're running out of things to say. I think you said it best. Accountability is the big word of the year, because we're seeing it, and that's what American people want. And it didn't matter what color, who they slept with, or whatever their deal was. We all want to feel good together.
And winning brings people together.
Yeah,
winning. As a country, if you start to
and having the opportunity to feel like you can win feels great too.
It does. All right. Up next, a Dem mayor comes to his senses about migrant offenses.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.